guys, welcome back. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you guys the mixed build, right? The one when you play the Brax sequence where you do have the Mega Phantom Beast Link, and then you do Despot 1 and do the O-Line combined with the Junk Speeder build. Because before it was kind of like kind of odd. You had to be really peculiar in what you wanted to fit in your extra deck, because you can't. It's like you kind of have to sacrifice. Let me just go ahead and play the replay, and then I'll get more in depth when I show you the deck list, right? Okay, so I opened it pretty good. Like you play Cerberus because you want to dodge Veiler, you want to dodge so the reason why I did what's it called, the Call of the Grave instead of the Cerberus is the Cerberus is like, I'm not sure what I'm playing against yet. So like I don't want him to like be baiting my negates with like targeting destruction or targeting, you know, like just find a way to bait my negates with some sort of targeting. So I want to save that because Call of the Grave is very subjective in what it can hit going second, right? Like I guess it's up for discussion whether what to do, but I felt like keeping the Cerberus to protect my guy on his turn would kind of like let me hold on to the negation as long as possible. Whilst Call of the Grave could do that as well if it's any graveyard effects, but I'm not too sure what he's playing. So like maybe like mind control or like some sort of like, does that make sense? Yeah, basically. And the good thing about playing the Brax build, right, it's like if this gets negated, if your speeder gets negated, then you can just do the Brax play because it's effects negated, so you're not restricted to the only Synchro summoning. So that's the one good thing about that, right? So if you first do the Junk Speeder play, and if that gets stopped and you have Call of the Grave or you have Service, then you can decide whether you want to waste it or just save it as another interaction alongside your Savage and your Herald. Does that make sense? Because like, although like let's say you negate the speeder, right? Okay, let's negate the speed. Okay, so I mean they still have the Brax play. So what would you rather have another interaction to combine with your Savage or Herald, or just, does that make sense? I don't know. Let's go ahead and continue. So go into the charge play. This is standard play, right? And pass. It seems kind of underwhelming, right? Like because you ended on 2 negates, but the fact that it's not really meant to be that overwhelming. It's meant to like gradually like snowball type of thing, where you have a guaranteed consistent spell trap negate and monster negate, and hopefully that's enough to fend them off and leave them with a weird setup, right? Because that's a play really odd. Unless you have Dark Luna more, than basically any board you would have made would just be redundant because you can't do anything other than having a bunch of bodies to protect you from being OTK'd. So then he has 2 backers. I'm like, what is he playing? Because he's pretty high rated. He's 1200. So I was like, what's he playing? Is it like Altergeist or something? You know, it's like, oh, some back row deck. So I go ahead and go off. And I go ahead and do. And I could have negated that, but like I felt like I said, you got to pick and choose what you want to interact with, right? Because if he has another unknown back row, you know, why would I negate the Call of the Grave when I could just like lose to some weird backer like a Beer Force or something, or like something much more threatening other than a Call of the Grave. And since the good thing about this is you play Brax, right? So you play Brax now, so it's like you have that as another extender, and then that alone you're aware that I can give you the Savage and the Herald, right? It's a bit odd because you're kind of clogged, but like it lets you just at least make a Herald at least, and you just slowly, gradually grind out your opponent, right? And then he just sees it and he just scoops. Game 2, it's really weird because he just sets 2 and passes. So at this point I'm like, what is he playing? You know, I was thinking of going evenly here. I was kind of skeptical on just doing the converter play because like, I was like, what if he has Call of the Grave? But I felt like I could afford to do it, right? Because I wanted to save the, like if he does get Call of the Grave, right? Then I have evenly in a Veiler for his turn to somewhat prevent an OTK, and then like barely scrape by with like at least 1,000, so I can just evenly him, and then follow it up with the Junk, assuming I get to like sort of establishment, right? And then But then I was like, should I evenly just get rid of one, make it just a cosmic basically? But I just like no, I ended up saving it because like if he stops me right, I'm like okay. I essentially do the same thing where I can stop an OTK with the Veiler, right? Like do it at the precise moment to like stop an OTK, and then live just with the minimal amount of life points, and then just evilly him and clear the clear majority of his board. Let's see. I was always playing with Dolce, but see, this is what I mean. Like he had the Call of the Grave. I was like, oh, what the heck? It threw me off because why wouldn't he Call of the Grave the converter? But then it made sense. Like you have this to deal with the converter overwhelmment, right? You should just use this and save that for like your actual aggressive push, right? Stop, because he knows that he has lethal if he has that still in his back row. And then he goes plays some Dolce. I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to see what he can do, what familiarize myself with some of this extra deck sequencing, and then so I can know what to negate when I go first, right? So I know, okay, this goes into that, this does that, so I know I can be more prepared because I don't really play against Dolce. I have an idea of what they do, but like not too sure of exactly what they do. So then I go first, and I'm like, oh, look at this hand. This hand's cool. Let's just see. So this is the good thing about this. The O line, join the O line is pretty cool because you play the Brax build, and the fact that the token is a level 3, it lets you make speeder as well. So that's pretty cool. So again, and I have Call by the Grave. I was like, oh, I don't need. If he ashes me here, I don't have to Call by the Grave. So I do the play right, and I go, oh wait. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. I was like, this is what I mean. Hold the Doppel so you can do this. The only thing I was missing here is a level 1 tuner. If I had a level 1 tuner, I could have, I could have ended on, oh, so good. But unfortunately, I didn't have a tuner. So at this point, I'm like, I'll just end on a Crystal and a Call by the Grave. I know because the Call by the Grave can hit his jelly. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So then, you know, because like, I feel like this is a pretty decent setup, right? And then all I need to do is draw Potter Average because Potter Average is maxed out in this build. So I have so many good top decks. I can top deck Tuning, Rhoda, Potter Avarice. Like, there's so many things I can top deck right now. Like, it's just so good. I'll go ahead and activate Extravagance. Oh, that must be nice. Get into cards. Just goes and attacks a token. Sets a back row. I'm like, oh, okay. I draw into another Call by the Grave. So I'm like, okay. Double Call by the Grave. Okay, I mean, at worst, I hit the jelly, right? And then, yeah, I end up hitting the jelly. And I top deck the junk. I top deck the junk Synchro. Oh my god, it's so cool. Like, oh my god, Jack Synchro. So I did this play. Okay, so as I was sequencing off, I completely forgot that in this build, I'm not playing Satellite Warrior, but I was trying to lead towards that play, trying to get to a Satellite Warrior so I can go for game, right? Just pop 3, it'll gain 3k, right? It'll be 55 and 3k. That's over 8k. So I was sequencing off, and I was like, oh, I got this. I just pop with Satellite Warrior, but then I'm like, wait, I don't even have Satellite Warrior in the extra deck, and that's why I ended up going to Brax. And then he has Ash for the Brax. And then I'm like, I couldn't go for the Aurora because like I'd be clogged, right? I'd be clogged. I wouldn't have enough room. So then I just go for the Shaman play. So I was like, oh, I have enough. Look at like I can end on I won't be able to OTK him, but I could be able to try to set up a current Ganex play and just banish everything. But then I was like, nah, I think it's better if I just clear his board. Well, you'll see, I'll clear his board, and then end on 3 negates. See what I mean? So I'll just clear his board. Right there, I tried to go for Metal Marcher, but I was like, oh, Metal Marcher is already used. So I just put it back, and then I do Metal Marcher. And this is where I just end on the gates, right? Now I added the wrong thing. I was meant to add the Jet Synchro. And then I do this, and I go for battle. One mistake I did here, I should have made Herald right now in case he had evenly. Like that was a minor misstep. Like I should have just done that, cause like, yeah, I should have done that. Like no, why did I not do that? I should have just gone Herald in case he did have evenly. I go forward. His effects indicated with Crystal. Effect boost gain. Attack 15. I let him attack with the token. I forgot to. So I end on the gates. And look at that. That's crazy. How cool is that? Let me go and show you the deck list. Okay, so here's the deck list, alright? So, it's very, like, okay, it seems very cookie cutter. Like, of course, we know the engine core, right? The top row is pretty basic. These two are just a one-of for that sequence. It's part of the sequence. And this just gives you another body to search off of converter, so you can, like, extend even further. Alright. And then you play your 6 hand traps because they work with converter, and then because all you need to do is just draw one jet synchro, and it gives you the Brax play. And then that, like I said, it's not really meant to be an unbreakable board. It's just meant to be like a hindrance, like just slow your opponent down, so you can with your consistency, because you have so many ways to get the junk. By then you'll have like a level 2 or lower, and then just make your lethal push that way, the turn after, right? And so then that's why you play that. And then you play your Cerberus and your Call of the Graves because you just want to prevent targeting. You want to make sure that, oh shit, you want to make sure that you just want to make sure that your play goes unhindered, right? You don't want to lose to Imperm. You can dodge Ash because of the chain block. So the only thing is like Nibiru, Imperm, and Veiler. So that's why that's there. And just prevent like targeting on your opponent's turn to like help you hold on to your negates without them not having to try to target it and bait it. Then you have, of course, your engine cards, the ones you don't really want to draw. Like you don't really draw these. The good thing about Despot is that you can trigger this off of Junk Speeder, because Junk Speeder summons machines, right? So it'll summon Jet Synchron and Floor Synchron. So like they're both machines. You can just trigger that from your hand or trigger it again from your graveyard. Then you have triple tuning your Rhoda, triple Call of the Grave, and then this is debatable. I've been going back and forth whether to play this or play Imperm, but like having that blanket, I guess just that blanket answer, just okay, if I go second, just Dark Lunar more, poof, you know. But then I feel like Imperm is just like, I think this is much more. I'm not sure if I should side this, so when I know I go second, you know, because Imperm is very versatile. Like you can set it. It can negate a back row. It can be like, you know, so it's like, I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this. And then triple pot at risk because the minute you resolve Speeder, the minute you resolve your Brax, the Brax combo, this is live. Oh wow, what was that about? So it's like you want to be able to just keep pumping out that sequence over and over again, because that's like how you overwhelm your opponent, right? And the side deck is basically whenever you go first or second, right? If you go in against Spectre decks, Cyclone better than like Cerberus, or like, you know, better than Call of the Grave when you go in second, because like you just want to get rid of back row. And then evenly, it's just a blanket thing, same thing. It just deals with any generic board that's overwhelming. Even if you open the multiples, which is good because you can just resolve 2, because all you need to do is resolve 1 junk or one jet. And then of course you have your Solemn Strikes whenever you go first, right? Because like sometimes you get stopped, and then you just set your Solemns, and like compared to hand traps, these hinder and stop your opponent, but they don't get rid of the material, the resource, right? They keep the monster. So that can be kind of problematic. So like you can just hold on to this as long as you want, and then just get rid of the problem altogether and negate the effect. And then if you don't get stopped and your combo goes off, that means you're gonna be drawing into these. So your board will be reinforced by having Solemns, and that's huge. And then Nibiru, just when you go second, or when you're going against like Salad or Emancipator or Dragon Link Harrison, just pair it up with Veiler and Nibiru, and that should be okay. And the extra deck was so tricky, man, because like I wanted to keep so many things. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you basically lower the ceiling, and you increase consistency because you play Jet, right? Jet makes it to where if you draw Jet, it gives you a play, and it gives you a really significant play. So that's consistent, because like if you didn't have this play, if you didn't have the Brax play, then drawing Jet wouldn't be a consistency piece. It would just be another card. But the fact that you play this, it makes it more consistent, because all you need to see is just a 1 of Jet and one tuning or 1 of this. You know, it just gives you that. It gives you that aspect of the deck that it had before. So you lower the toolbox versatility, because you're not playing a certain synchro that you're used to seeing. You're not playing Quandax. You're not playing Croc Drag. You're not playing Satellite Warrior. You're not playing Trish. You know, so it's like you have to compromise. You either want a more toolboxy thing or you want more consistency, right? And adding this just adds more consistency. Although you can differ, like you don't have to play in Karibo, but like it's just the fact that if you open up Jet, it just makes it that much more consistent. And I feel like, I guess the one toolbox bar move should be significant enough, just because you'll hinder them enough with your main deck, and then you just get rid of the problematic monsters. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Just try it out. I'll put the deck list and the download link in the description so you can try it out. And it's much more consistent in the sense that you play this, right? You play this. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's cool, the fact that you can play both Speeder and the Brax. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.